and we're going live.
Today we are here promoting our concert, Fright Night, benefiting the American Cancer Society.
Theta Chi's Fright Night is coming up this Friday. We're going to get an inside look at what to expect at the concert.
Warning, graphic material, viewer discretion is advised. World Life Organization came to campus today to inform students of their pro-life stance.
But the presentation was not without controversy, as several students stepped in to show their disdain.
Then, we're going back to Cooper's Ferry for another look at OSU's Archaeological Field School. Good evening, and welcome to your Wednesday night edition of the Beaver News. I'm Allison Headley.
And I'm Hayden Wilcox. We're glad you could join us this evening.
Student Health Services is offering flu shots for OSU students, faculty, and staff. For students, the shot is $15 and is charged to your OSU student account. Bring your ID card. No appointment is necessary. Shots were given on a first-come, first-served basis.
Controversy arose in the quad today as pro-choice students protested against large images of aborted fetuses featured. The pro-life World Life Organization sponsored an event which included speakers, flyers, and controversial images of unborn fetuses. I spoke with World Life Organization President Don Cooper at the scene. A warning, the images we are about to show you are graphic in nature and may not be suited for all audiences. Well, we don't seem to have that clip. In protest of these graphic images, to the values of the pro-life group, a group of students formed a picket line which circled the presentation. The group carried signs with messages such as, "My baby, my choice," and "Keep abortion safe and legal." One member of the pro-choice protesters explained that this group was completely spontaneous, but declined to further comment.
Tomorrow at 6 p.m., the Student Alumni Association will be throwing the Homecoming Parade. This is one of Oregon State University's greatest traditions. The Oregon State community will be competing in Spirit Week competitions. Those who enter will earn points for their group. After the parade, the bonfire will take place in the Wilson Hall parking lot. There will be music, food, and a pep rally.
All this week, Theta Chi will be in the quad advertising their upcoming philanthropy Fright Night. According to Theta Chi Representative Matt Makarowski, the event will be a concert with many special guests from around the country. In order to reduce the chance of any incidents happening during this concert, Theta Chi is providing free shuttle buses to the Oregon County Fairgrounds for all attendees.
Thursday at 7 p.m., Dr. Mark Rosel will be in the LaSalle Stewart Center in C&E Hall, presenting his thoughts on religion, the presidency, and the 2012 election. Dr. Mark Rosel is a professor of public policy at George Mason University in Virginia, and he notes that scholars have neglected the role religion plays in understanding the character and decisions of the U.S. presidents.
Now we're going to go to a package that we helped create over the summer. We're going to take a look at the inside OSU's Archaeological Field School at Cooper's Ferry. We are continuing this story from yesterday as our 6-part series. Many people have asked, why Cooper's Ferry? What's the point? In 1997, Dr. Lauren Davis dug a test pit that revealed artifacts that turned out to be some of the oldest found in the country. But that turned out to be just the tip of the spear point.
So far, evidence that we've obtained through excavations suggests that people may have been visiting this part of the Salmon River Canyon as early as 13,000 calendar years ago.
Little did we know that Cooper's Ferry would turn out to be one of the most important sites in the country. Is it Peggy Churng?
Cutting edge of kind of the
Peggy
reassessment
Churng.
of
Thank
how
you.
people came to North America in the first place.
And its rise to the top began with finding one of
I'm
these.
sorry, those are my only two.
And what else I
was my
want to show
mistake.
you is the thing that might be the most exciting discovery we've made.
Just
in a while.
the interview from the clips, yeah. Which Ben had put together, but I never handed off to you.
These western stem points get their name from their unique Christmas tree-like shape, distinctly different from points found east of the Rocky Mountains, points once thought to be the oldest in the country.
STEM projectile points may represent the earliest peoples in the Pacific Northwest. Archaeologists have debated about whether or not stemmed projectile points and fluted projectile points share some kind of evolutionary line. As we were investigating, have been mixed together, and you can see them now in this pit feature. That is just something that we dream about, but it did happen here.
The Clovis verse has been the argument for so long, and the things we're finding here are going to kind of transform the way we think about how people came to America.
Well, what we're looking at is a projectile point, because you can see it's been worked on both sides. I believe this is a stemmed point.
Stay with us as we continue to break this story as we report from Cooper's Ferry Archaeological Field School. This has been Hayden Wilcox with the Beaver News. And we'll be continuing that story tomorrow. On the quieter side of the quad, OSU Career Services had set up a tent to remind people that Career Fair is coming up in exactly 1 week. Representatives from Career Services distributed cups of hot cocoa and apple cider to passing students, as well as information about the upcoming fair. According to student representatives, over 160 well-known companies and organizations will be at the fair, which will include big names like Pacific Source, HP, Intel, and Frito-Lay. Last year, the Career Fair saw close to 1,000 students, and this year the Career Services expect to see even more.
Tomorrow at 4 p.m. in Gil Fillen Auditorium, there will be a geology seminar. During the seminar, an award-winning documentary about the future of global energy production and use will be shown. The screening will last until 5 p.m. Come and see the film that has been changing the global energy conversation.
Tonight at 7 p.m., Dr. Peggy Chung, CEO and founder of national food chain Panda Express, is giving a seminar at LaSalle Stewart Center. This seminar, titled Project Passion, Inspiring Panda Culture, will focus on the business aspects of Panda Express and how a small business grew into a nationally known company. Dr. Chern will be sharing her knowledge and experiences in business with students as she talks about her company's future goals. Dr. Chern is coming to OSU because she herself is an OSU alumni.
Tomorrow in Richardson Hall, room 115, an international seminar will be held. The seminar is about the effects of vegetation control on soil nutrients and the carbon cycle in the western Black Sea region of Turkey. Murat Sarginci has been doing research at OSU with Mark Harmon as part of his doctoral program in Turkey. This is part one of his 3-part presentation. He will discuss the forests of Turkey, effects of vegetation control on the nutrient removal and Lipsky regeneration, and the litter dynamics in the forest ecosystems of the western Black Sea region. Turkish treats will be provided.
At Dixon, a course designed to teach people to recognize, respond, and provide care in an emergency situation will be offered. Participants will be taught how to care for cardiac emergencies, choking in adults, bleeding, broken bones, burns, insect bites, stings, poison, and temperature-related emergencies. Child modules can also be included in the program. The cost of the class is $45 for students and Rec Sports members, $50 for the OSU community, and $55 for the general public.
There's a big competition coming this Saturday, but you don't need a game ticket to go. During the Beaver game on Saturday, OSU will take part in the EPA Game Day Challenge. This challenge to recycle as much waste as possible during the length of one home football game. The EPA Challenge is meant to inform students, faculty, and the players of how much waste is produced at a game and what we as students can do about it. In 2009, the campus recycling team estimated that nearly 10,000 pounds of garbage had been simply thrown away instead of being recycled. Students who help out with the program or answer trivia questions can win prizes at the game.
Halloween is coming up, which means it's time to get your costumes. But before you go out and buy your costume, consider this. Is your costume culturally insensitive? Tonight, student leaders from the Asian Pacific Cultural Center will be hosting My Culture is Not a Costume, an event aimed at promoting cultural awareness and sensibility. From 5:30 to 7:30, the event will be hosted at the McNary Dining Center and will include food and fun activities such as mass decorating and caramel apple making. Well, do you know what you're going to be for Halloween? It's coming up real soon.
Well, actually, Hayden, I'm going to be Ginger Spice from the Spice Girls with a group of my friends. What about you?
Well, I've got a show that night, so I'm going to be a news producer. That's what my plan is.
Friday, ISOSU will be holding a game night at the Memorial Union in the International Resource Center. The event is free to the public. At the game night, participants will be playing Wii board games from around the world, pool, bowling, and many other games. Food and other refreshments will be served. Come meet students from around the world.
Lacking dairy in your daily diet? OSU Student-Run Dairy has your answer. You can find Beaver Classic, an Alpine-style specialty cheese, here on campus at our local dairy or at the next football game. In order to jumpstart sales of the new product, the campus dairy is setting up shop at every home game right outside the Alumni Center. There, students can try the home brand Beaver Classic, made right here in our own backyard with our own local cows.
Today, students from Sensible Drug Policy held an event that educated students and the public on the botany of cannabis, current research of cannabis, and answer any questions about Measure 80 on this November's ballot. It also served as a campus outreach event for SSDP at OSU and hopefully generated interest in the group. Well, before we end our show tonight, we're going to hand it over to our sports reporter, Fred Nesbitt. What have you got for us tonight, Fred?
Good evening, Beaver Nation. Let's start right off with our game against Utah this Saturday. The Utes are having a difficult season as they are 2-4 on the season and 0-3 in the Pac-12 Conference. One of the Utes wins came against BYU early in the season when the Utes defeated the Cougars 24-21. Either quarterback Travis Wilson or John Hayes will lead the Beaver Utah offense. It looks like the Beaver defense will have to continue to play strong as they have for much of this season. The Oregon State men's golf team is in 8th place in the Alistair McKenzie Invitational, which takes place in Fairfax, California. Senior Nick Sherwood and freshman Tyler Carlson each shot 3 under 139 for 36 holes on Monday to help the team improve from 10th place to 8th place in the tournament, which finished yesterday. Getting back to the Beaver football team, quarterback Cody Voss has been nominated Capital One Sports Nation's Impact Performance of the Week for his game against BYU on Saturday. My prediction for Saturday's game against the Utes is that Oregon State will remain undefeated. My feeling is that with the Beavers offense, will be too much for the Utes to handle. If the relentless Beaver defense puts pressure on the Utes, undoubtedly we'll see a very loud homecoming celebration in Corvallis after the game. And there's your Beaver Sports Report.
Well, sounds like we've got great news for this weekend. Thanks, Fred. Well, that's all the time we have for you tonight. I'm Hayden Wilcox.
And I'm Allison Headley. Be sure to check us out tomorrow night. Same time, same place. Have a good night.